Hello and welcome to the Aquinas Media Equipment Tutorials. In today's tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to use the DSLR Gimbal. Now this one's quite a tricky one, mainly due to the trial and error nature of actually setting the equipment up in the first place. So looking at the device, we actually have the handle and the gimbal itself. What we need to do is line up the metallic dots on both of them and fasten together and screw on like so. Now once you've done that, what you've also got are some feet that you can screw onto the bottom of the handle so you can stand that upright. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is screw the clip onto the bottom of the camera, just like any other clip for any other piece of equipment that we've got. Fasten that tightly onto the bottom. So the next thing we need to do is slide the clip onto the gimbal. You might have to just release some of the screws on the bottom, not too far though, just to fasten and tighten onto the gimbal itself. So the next thing we need to do once that's firmly on is to make sure that the camera is balanced. So to do that, we need to adjust all these different screws to make sure that the camera is as balanced as can be. You can also adjust these screws here and here as well. And this is where the trial and error nature of setting the gimbal up comes into play. Whilst I'm doing this, you've just got to also bear in mind that if you change the lens once this is set up, or add a microphone to the camera, it's going to adjust the weight, so you'll have to rebalance it afterwards. Okay, so that looks right to me. Once you think it's balanced, the next job is to turn the gimbal on. So to do that, all you need to do is press the center button on the handle to turn on. Hold it down, and it will automatically come on. Now the button at the top will also allow you to pan and tilt manually in a nice smooth motion. And that way, you should be able to now move the gimbal in a nice, steady and smooth way. Now if it's not perfectly balanced, you may notice the handle suddenly start vibrating manically. If this happens, just make sure you turn off the gimbal by holding the power button off again and readjusting the balance, because if it's vibrating, it means it's not perfectly balanced. And that's it for the DSLR gimbal. Please check out any of the other tutorials that we've got online.